What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Adrian Cuellar here. So, we all have that one person that we look up to, right? Whether it's our aunt, uncle, mom, dad, or even a celebrity, right? Someone who we call a hero. So, a hero to me is someone who does random acts of kindness, who does good deeds without wanting anything back in return, and someone who is just an overall role model. So, my heroes, for example, are my mom and dad. So now, today, we're gonna go find out who other people's heroes are. Let's go.
Probably my father.
Sergei Rachmaninoff.
Probably my dad.
One of the presidents. My hero's my dad.
Well, I'd have to say right off the top of my head, this friend of mine.
Who is your hero and why?
Probably my father.
Father?
Yeah, real set good examples for me growing up. Always stuck through me through thick and thin. I'm a recovering addict, so he stood by my side, and I've got like 3 years of sobriety now. So I would say without him, I'd probably not be alive. So
That is absolutely inspiring and amazing. Thank you so much for sharing who your hero was. And what was your name?
Cameron.
Cameron, nice to meet you, Cameron. I'm Adrian.
Nice to meet you, Adrian.
Thank you so much.
guys are good, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, you too. All right, guys, that was absolutely inspiring. You know, like he said, he was an addict before and now recovering from it. If it wasn't for his father, you know, he wouldn't be here right now, which is, you know, it's really tough to hear that. But, you know, he pushed through it. His father helped him push through it. And comment down below, dad, if your dad is your hero as well. All right, guys, let's go find our second person now. Hi, excuse me, guys. Do one of you guys have a moment to answer a quick question? Serious question? Perfect. So everyone has someone that we look up to, right? Someone that we call a hero. Who is your hero and why are they your hero?
Oh, wow. What could I say? How about Sergei Rachmaninoff is my hero?
And why is that?
Because he was a Russian that wrote Russian music that was disseminated to the world, and it's had an impact on my life. It's soul music, and I see him as a special individual that had unbelievable talent and energy to make that happen. So you've never heard of him, though.
No, I haven't. But now I do, and I'll search him up.
Look it up. Second piano concerto. Start with that one.
Mhm.
If that gets into you, then that will make your life better.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much.
You know, there's a whole bunch of others, but I,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, and your name was?
John.
Adrian. Nice to meet you. Thank
Hey,
you, guys.
Emmanuel.
Adrian.
What's
Manuel,
up,
nice to meet you.
I'm here to dust off my
All right, guys. Yeah, so like they said, their hero was a Russian musician. You know, like I said, it could be anyone, celebrity, you know, and mom, dad, aunt, uncle, and they chose a musician because he had an impact on the world with his music. All right, guys, let's go find our third person now. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a quick moment to answer a quick question? So many of us, you know, we have a role model that we all look up to, right? Someone that we call a hero. So who is your hero and why?
Probably my dad.
Dad?
Because he had strong beliefs and he lived by them.
Yeah, and that really impacted.
Oh,
the way you-
definitely. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Old school.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we actually had one other person that we interviewed right now that said the same thing, his father. And I feel like a father figure is someone that really motivates me as well.
Number one.
Yeah.
You don't have a strong dad or a grandfather or an uncle
Mhm.
or just a friend, an older person. You got to have that.
Yeah.
And it isn't just boys that need dads.
Mhm.
It's girls need dads too.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I completely agree. Thank you so much. And your
Thank
name was?
you, Trish.
Trish. Perfect. And your name was?
Kristen.
Kristen. Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian. All right, guys. So as you heard, what she said her father was also her role model, her hero, right? So you know, and that's the second father that we got. Having a father figure is really important, and I just want all of you guys to know that because you know it's important that like we all need a father figure to help us get that strength, that motivation that we need. All right, guys, let's go find our fourth person. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a quick moment to answer a quick question? All right, thank you. All right, guys. So that one, unfortunately, we got rejected. But remember, that's exactly how life is. You know, you're gonna be rejected over and over and over again. All you need is that one yes that's gonna change your life forever. So whenever you get rejected, don't let it put you down. Let it bring you up and keep going. Don't let it ruin you from achieving your dreams. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to answer a quick question? A serious question?
What's this all about?
So, we all have that one person that we look up to, right? A role model, someone that we call a hero. So, who is your hero and why?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good question. I don't know. You want in sports or some other area?
And anyone that's your hero.
One of the presidents, President Kennedy.
President Kennedy.
Uh huh.
And why is he your hero?
Well, because of what he represented and it was tremendous loss when he was assassinated. And I was at UCLA at the time, and it affected at least that generation of people who were in college. Tremendous upset. So, who's your hero?
Well, my hero would actually be my parents because of the way they pushed me and the reason why me being alive and here. And also I would like to thank God for blessing me with some amazing parents, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be doing this. And everything that I learned from them, I want to push out to the world.
That's an excellent answer.
Yeah. And your name was
David Ross.
Nice to meet you. My name is Adrian. All right, guys. So you heard it. So his hero was President John F. Kennedy. And presidents are, I would say, a good option to be your hero as well, because they help our country. And John F. Kennedy, he did a lot for our country, a lot good things for our country, like he said, and that's exactly why that was his hero. So if any presidents are your hero, comment down below president. All right, guys. So let's go find our next person now, our last and final person. All right, we are back with
Jose Manuel.
Jose Manuel. Okay, so who is your hero?
My hero's my dad. Extraordinary person, dedicated his whole life to raising us and providing for us. The one memory that I have specific of him is that we were here illegally back in the 50s, and we were asked to go back to Mexico. And we did. When we got there, we had no money. We had no place to live, no food. They had my little brother was only about 6 months old or 8 months old. And so my dad had to go and basically beg to get someone to give us a little bit of food to get by and then find a place to live. So that was that's one of the minor things that he done. He used to work 2 or 3 jobs. He worked like 16 hours, 2 different jobs, 8 hours, and then on weekends he would play a trumpet. He was a singer.
Oh,
yeah, he had his own band.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
so that's why he was just, my mind, he's an extraordinary person. I love him for it.
That is amazing, and that's such an inspiring story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us again. Thank you so much. Your father figure, a father figure is an absolutely amazing person to have in your life. Like he said, he provided everything for you guys, and that's the same with my dad. He makes sure that he takes care, basically the man of the house. So he basically makes sure that every single one of us gets what we need, taking care of my mom and the rest of my siblings. So yeah, thank you so much. And we're back here again with
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith. So who is your hero and why?
Well, I'd have to say right off the top of my head, this friend of mine who passed away several years ago at the age of 90. He was a Mono elder from North Fork originally. He moved from North Fork with his wife, Daisy, years ago to Clovis. And John was one of the kindest, most generous persons I've ever known. He taught me so much about his life, his people, his language. I used to sit quietly with he and his wife and listen to them speak in their language, and it just, it never failed to really impress me, just listening to a language that has been a part of this earth since the beginning of time. And he just showed me so much, gave me so much. He was like the grandfather that I never really knew. So I love the man, and I miss him. I think about him every day. There are so many wonderful stories, names of birds and animals that he taught me in his language, stories. I remember this one particular event with John. I came over to visit him at his house right at the corner of Peach and Alluvial, which doesn't exist anymore. It's now a park. But I came over one Saturday morning to talk to him, and he was sitting just outside his little house on a chair. And as I came around the corner to speak to him, he was sitting there with a dove sitting on his boot, just right there, just a wild dove sitting there on his boot. And when I came in, the dove looked at me and didn't fly away. He just hopped off and walked away. And John just looked up at me and smiled. It still gives me goosebumps when I think of that. He was such a kind man that all of the natural world acknowledged him. he was just a wonderful, wonderful person, and I miss him dearly. So.
Yeah, and first of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for your loss, and second of all, I want to say that you had such an amazing friend, it seems to me. And guys, not many of us have the luxury of getting a friend like that, because friends come and go, but the real ones are the ones that stay with you by your side through it all, that stay with you when you have nothing, and then when you have everything, you make sure you give them everything. So please comment down below if you have a friend as a hero. Please comment down below their names. And yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Right. Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that is the end of the video. I had some absolutely amazing responses. I hope you guys loved the responses as well. And remember, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, please make sure to share to all your family and friends. Thank you so much, guys. It was Adrian Cuellar here, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Cuellar out.